Okay, we're going to continue in our Father's Word. This is the Gospel of Mark 13, chapter 13, verse 15. And let him that is on the housetop not go down into the house, neither enter therein, to take anything out of his house. And let him that is in the field not turn back again, for to take up his garment. But woe to them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. And pray ye that your flight be not in the winter. For in those days shall it be affliction, such as was not from the beginning of the creation, which God created unto this time, neither shall be. And except that the Lord had shortened those days, started out a 7-year tribulation, and then it was cut in half to a time plus times plus a half time. That's 3.5 years, 42 full moons. All God's prophecies involving Satan are of the moon, lunatics, of the night, of darkness. Satan, of the moon, 5 full moons, Antichrist. Revelation 9 tells us twice the time of the locust. May, June, July, August, September. The locust is the grasshopper. The locust army is the Kenites, the descendants of Cain. They'll be over there in Jerusalem with Satan also. And except that the Lord had shortened those days, no flesh should be saved, but for the elect's sake, whom he has chosen. Ephesians 1:4. God of this world. The catapult, Satan's overthrow. 14,000 years ago, God came back to earth, and he found a third of his children following Satan. And so God was very angry when that happened. But for the elect's sake, whom he had chosen, he hath shortened the days. And then, if any man shall say to you, Lo, here is Christ, or no, Lo, here he is there, believe him not. For false Christ and false prophets shall rise, and shall show signs and wonders, to seduce, and if it were possible, even the elect. 7,000 fallen angels coming with Satan. 7,000 of them, they're coming to have sex with the daughters of Adam. They don't have a belly button. They refuse to be born of woman. So they're coming with Satan. You got the 10 kings coming with Satan, Antichrist coming with Satan, and the false prophet coming with Satan when he gets kicked out of heaven. When and only when God knows the time. 666 happens when God and only God, Jesus gives us the season and what to look for. 10 days before 666. The 2 witnesses, most likely Moses and Elijah. Malachi tells us that Elijah, for sure, will be one of the 2 witnesses. Most likely, it'll be Moses and Elijah. It could be Enoch. It's not written for sure. But in Matthew 17 and here in Mark, talks about the Mount of Transfiguration, and Moses and Elijah were seen on the Mount of Transfiguration with Jesus' 3 disciples. For false Christs and false prophets shall rise and shall show signs and wonders, to seduce, if it were possible, even the elect. But take ye heed. Behold, I have foretold you all things. But in those days after the tribulation, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars of heaven shall fall, and the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. And then shall he send his angels, and shall gather together his elect from the 4 winds, and from the uttermost part of the earth to the uttermost part of heaven. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When her branch is yet tender, and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is near. So, we in like manner, when ye shall see these things come to pass, know that it is nigh, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, that this generation shall not pass till all things be done. The fig tree generation started in 1948, the final generation of flesh man, when Israel became a nation once again. Final generation, Genesis 6, 120 years. You add that to a 1948, and that's 2068. That's as late as it can be. So we're in the final generation of flesh man, and we don't have a whole lot of time left. So it's getting close. So watchers, watch. Watch for the signs. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. But of that day and that hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels, which are in heaven, neither the Son, but only the Father knows the time. Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is come. For the Son of Man is a man taking a far journey, who left his house, and gave authority to his servants, and to every man his work, and commanded the porter to watch. Watch ye therefore, for ye not know, not when the master of the house cometh, at eve, or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning, lest coming suddenly he find you sleeping. And what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch. Now this is Mark 14. After 2 days was the feast of the Passover and of unleavened bread. And the chief priest and the scribes sought how many they might take him by craft and put him to death. But they said, not on the feast day, lest there be an uproar of the people. And being Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, he sat at meat. There was a woman having an alabaster box of ointment, of spikenard, very precious. And she brake the box and poured it on his head. And there were some that had indignation within themselves and said, why was this waste of ointment made? For it might have been sold for more than 300 pence, and have been given to the poor. And they murmured against her. And Jesus said, let her alone. Why trouble ye her? She hath wrought a good work on me. For you have the poor with you always, and whensoever ye will see many do them good, but me ye have not always. She hath done what she could. She is come aforehand to anoint my body to the burying. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached throughout the whole world, this also that she hath done shall be spoken of for a memorial of her. And Judas Iscariot, one of the 12, went unto the chief priests to betray him unto them. And when they heard it, they were glad, and promised to give him money. And he sought how he might conveniently betray him. And the first day of unleavened bread, when they killed the Passover, his disciples said unto him, when wilt thou that we go and prepare that thou mayest eat the Passover? And he sendeth forth 2 of his disciples, and saith unto them, go ye into the city, and there shall meet you a man bearing a pitcher of water. Follow him. And wheresoever he shall go in, say ye to the good man of the house, the master saith,